On a hot summer morning, church bells ring across the quiet campus of the Sisters of the Incarnate Word. School is out of session, and many students have traveled to faraway tropical beaches. But not the sisters. They've stayed put right here in San Antonio, visiting a paradise of their own that's remained hidden on their property for centuries.
This is the headwaters of the San Antonio River. This is the origin of the San Antonio River, and it is the mainspring that feeds it, and we refer to it as the Blue Hole.
I can see why.
Right, and right now the aquifer is up, and so we're very happy to see it flowing so beautifully.
Ice cold and crystal clear, the water that flows naturally from this spring winds up in a rather unexpected place. The iconic Riverwalk shaped around the San Antonio River starts here, of all places, at the Blue Hole. While the rest of the city is developed around their property, Sister Yolanda Tarango and others have fought to protect this sacred land.
The sisters bought this property from Colonel Brackenridge in 1897, and it was originally 183 acres. And there was lots of water. We have pictures of the sisters on rowboats with some of the students. But on the current property, we have the University of the Incarnate Word is on this property. As the ministries were growing, they were using up more and more space, more and more buildings were needed, athletic fields, etc. And so we felt like we really needed to set aside those last 53 acres. And so we created a nonprofit organization and deeded that property to this ministry, the Headwaters and Incarnate Word. And we are currently working and hoping soon to be able to put a conservation easement in place to protect it in perpetuity.
It kind of makes you stop and appreciate everything around you. You know, the saying, stop and smell the flowers.
Yes, so we see this as an extension of our original mission to help bring people back to really appreciate and heal through the natural world.
Filled with untouched beauty, winding trails throughout the Headwater Sanctuary guide hikers on a spiritual journey, giving a glimpse at what this land looked like before the prairies and trees were replaced with concrete and buildings. Headwaters activist Pamela and a community of volunteers have contributed countless hours to restoring this land so that others can share the same close connection to nature.
The Headwaters Sanctuary is a 53-acre urban forest. It's the only nature sanctuary in the heart of the city of San Antonio. We have springs percolating throughout the property when the aquifer is high enough. It's a great blessing, and the wildlife enjoys it, as do the people who visit here.
The water that flows throughout this sanctuary has given life to those who've lived here for thousands of years. It seems now city-weary souls are giving life back to this land, which for the most part has been stripped away. The end of the trail leads to a towering oak, one that stood the test of time. It's a testament to the mission of the sanctuary and a symbol of this pocket of wonder hidden in San Antonio.
It's one of our heritage trees on the property. We estimate it's 200 to 300 years old, so it certainly would have been here at the time when the sisters bought the land from Colonel Brackenridge. And we celebrate the existence of these trees on the property as part of the riparian forest and the need to preserve green spaces in the city of San Antonio.
It's hard to believe that this is in the middle of San Antonio.
I know. And many people don't realize we exist or that this patch of land is here. We are bound by the Almost Dam, by a major highway, and by one of the most active roads in town, Broadway, and by a university. So there's activity all the time. But for those who need a moment of solitude, we're here to welcome them.
What does this piece of land mean to you personally?
So many things. Sorry. It represents the commitment the sisters have to the city.
You really love this place.
Yes, I do.